One year I had a really bad allergic reaction to the ink in my eyeballs. I had to stay in hospital for a week and had to be put on steroid tablets and steroid drops, and the drops has taken some of the ink out.
But the other half of this, because you have what they call tattoo addiction, and that's what we discussed also. You have people addicted to tattooing themselves and tattooing their children. I mean, that's the bigger ridiculous one. And there's a couple stories out there talking about that as well, even if they're temporary tattoos. But you also have to be careful that diseases can crop up, real nasty ones. Hepatitis, flesh-eating bacteria diseases. You have a lot of things that can go wrong, especially if you go to the wrong tattoo artist. Yes, there are a lot of good tattooists out there, keeps their products clean, but still there's always a chance on there depending on where you're tattooing. Now, in the case of this, and this came out of the New York Post, there's a woman out there who has tattooed herself many times, split the tongue and everything like that. But now she tattooed her eyelids, her eyeballs, and now she's going blind. So out of the New York Post, hindsight is 2020. A mom of 5 brushed off her daughter's advice not to get her eyeballs tattooed due to potential blindness, and now she's losing her vision. Anya Peterson, a law student who was in awe of Australian models Amber Luke, who tattooed her eyeballs a vivid blue and went blind for 3 weeks afterwards. Despite Luke getting her vision back, it seems that the 32-year-old Peterson might lose her sight for good. I was just going to get one eye tattoo at first, but then I thought if I go blind, at least I have the other eye. I should have stuck with that, Peterson told Kennedy News. My daughter told me that I didn't want to do it, that tattoo. What if you go blind? She wasn't on board with it at all. Now she wishes she listened to her wise 7-year-old. The Belfast, Northern Ireland-based woman was left hospitalized by the eyeball modification after a potential reaction to the ink, now claims she's at risk for developing cataracts. I don't have 20/20 vision anymore. From a distance, I could see features and faces, she said. If I didn't have my eyeballs tattooed, I wouldn't have this problem. Even today, I woke up with more floaters in my eye, and that is dangerous. And that's correct. One thing about having situations like that, and the thing about it is, your eyes are important. Very important. You shouldn't mess with them. Now, my wife, she's gone through her stroke. Because of that stroke, she's had problems with her vision. Think about this for a minute. Here's a woman who's tattooed her eyes. What damage could she have done to those eyes? She could end up leading to a stroke for that problem. Because remember, they're pressing upon that. They're pressing upon the nerves on that. That could end up splashing blood back into the system. She's getting floaters. So that means there is blood in her system. That means there's blood in her eye network. And that could lead to a stroke. I'm no doctor, but those are the signs after a stroke that you get on that. Could you imagine reversing getting it a stroke because of that? Don't freak out, folks. If you have floaters in your eyes, that's a different situation on that. But you do get it checked out. But in her case, she had her eyes surgically altered. Those are situations you should never do without a doctor's approval. You could have gone out and gotten fucking cheap what was it, $75 contacts that or you could have gotten prescription contacts that would have done the same job. No, you went straight on. Your 7-year-old child told you, don't do it. Don't do it, Mom. You're going to mess up.
Just watched a segment from our Madman Cafe show every Sunday night at 6 p.m. You can catch it over at Odyssey. Check in the description below for the link that will lead you to our Q2Cast TV site.